Hello, fellow travelers, and welcome to the level 218 of the RPG Cave. No, I'm not Ryan Turford at all. That's introducing this. This is Garret Bland, level 299 Hex Machinist. I have to do the dab for everyone because that's what I do in the morning as well. And I'm joined by the level 299, the Wise Sage, Mr. Seth, $2 hero. Welcome, Seth. How are you doing?
Hey, thank you very much. I am delighted to be hanging out with you this morning, Garret. It does my heart good to see you.
Yes, it's been a hot minute. It's been a fortnight since we last talked. I remember our last talking was actually about MapleStory on this very same show. Oh, wasn't that a game?
What a game.
Yeah, so impactful. But anyways, Seth, as of course tradition calls, Ryan's not here to report on the weather, so I'm just curious about your weather, Seth. How's it going
excellent
over there?
question. It was pretty temperate when I went out. So let me give you an accurate read here.
Sure, sounds
in
good.
Houston, Texas, where I live.
Oof.
68 degrees Fahrenheit right
That's
now,
not bad.
Garret.
That's
Not bad. Not bad at all, really. That's kind of ideal for me. I would like it a little bit cooler, but not bad at all. Partly cloudy, of course. Today we actually have sunny skies coming later this week, but for now pretty cloudy. High winds. We've been dealing with a lot of high winds here lately, which is making it feel a little bit cooler outside. 89% humidity, which is pretty typical for Texas. Texas very humid, as you well know. And not too bad though. This is pretty good. This is good walking the dog weather,
Yeah, that actually does sound good because when the summer comes up in Houston, Texas, I know.
Oh, it'll be hell.
It's crazy. It's just like hot outside, and they can cut humidity with a knife. It's crazy over there. Actually, it's been pretty warm over here in the Bay Area for like the past week. It's weird. It's like it gets to the high of like mid to high 80s and like the sun's beating down. It's like, this is weird, but it's cooling down
pretty
now.
Warm.
So pretty good. So yeah, we had to do that weather report for, this satisfy Ryan over here. He's off gallivanting in good old Canada. He's moving around, hopping around as he does. So thank you, Seth, for joining me on this quest of the RPG Cave. I'm going to go through some housekeeping, Seth, clear those pesky mobs out of the way. So bear with me here as I read through all of the notes here. We got Folio's episode of The Pants is live right now. You can go and listen to that. And Ryan is actually up next. I don't know if he's still taking questions or whatever, but
I'm pretty sure Ryan has already recorded their episode. Yeah,
exactly. He's recorded before he moved around. So look forward to that. Ryan also graced us with a Leprechaun 3 movie. I had to look this one up, Seth. What is this Leprechaun movie series?
Yeah.
And I probably did not need to know anything about this movie series.
Well, at all. What people should know about this. Yeah, Ryan recorded an episode of Real, the Real Carpool Gaming podcast that could be about literally anything podcast for patrons podcast over there on Patreon about Leprechaun 3.
Yes.
And Ryan's been planning this. People don't even realize this for a long time. Since last year,
My goodness.
Ryan has been planning this. Ryan has said for March for St. Patrick's Day 2026, I will do a Leprechaun 3 movie review and spoiler cast, and that's exactly what happened.
So he went through that. It's for St. Patrick's Day. Good for him, man. Go only on Patreon. Go listen to it. Yeah. Ryan probably put a lot of effort into this, so go check it out.
It's like over an hour long, Garret. It's like a long episode.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, go check it out if you're a patron. And also the new episode of We the Gamercast featuring star Athena is live now. It's on Patreon feeds for sure, free feeds like almost about now.
It came out, I think it came out this morning on free feeds.
Okay, cool, this morning. So go check it out over there. And then we got some other stuff. You can also support the show entirely free by leaving a quick 5-star review wherever you listen. It helps the show climb the search and gets in front of new people. And then any new reviews? I don't think we have any new reviews yet for RPG Cave. We had a review like a couple of weeks ago. It was a really good
good.
like one of those critical reviews, but good comments about the show that me and Ryan got into. Was really neat. And then another easy and free way to help the show grow is to tell a friend that you think you would like it. All right, we got the current Backtrackers games. Seth, we got this book club that deals with video games, going through not just the backlog, but just anyone that wanted to pick a game and go through it. So this game upcoming is Mini Shoot Adventures. Oh, it's that Zelda, like 2D open world Zelda, but it's actually a twin stick shooter.
Yep.
Type of game. It looks really cool. It was on that Nintendo Indie Showcase or whatever, right?
Yes.
So super cool. They're going to be live over Saturday, April 4th at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then we have another book club thing called the Book Crafters, which is anything books and other crafts related subjects. Right now, the current subject is book adaptations, which did it better, which actually is going to go record later today, March 21st at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, that's all the housekeeping stuff. We got a lot going on, Seth. A lot of good stuff.
Too much.
Always. All right. I regale everyone with my things all the time, every week. Everyone enjoys them, apparently. Right. Love the things. But I want Seth's things right now. I don't know if you have any things going on right now.
Oh, I have some things, Garret.
Oh, you have some things. Dan, you want to shout out? Okay. Take it away.
I mean, anytime I come onto the RPG Cave, I have to bring things.
You got to bring the things. Got it.
You have to.
Nice.
So I do have 3 things for you, Garret. 3 things.
Nice. All right.
The first thing is, I gotta say, and Sean and I have been talking about this over the past couple of days. At Sean's recommendation, I have been stretching at night before bed.
Okay.
I do typically stretch in the morning before I go to the gym, but before bed, I had not done ever done the nighttime stretching, and I gotta tell you, Garret, it's a game changer. If you're not stretching before bed, you should do that. Just take 7 to 10 minutes, do some stretches before bed. It winds you right down. It's relaxing. It's calming. You feel nice and loose getting into bed. You can just kind of get under the covers and feel good. And it's great. It's great.
You stretch the joints. You got do the arm stretches. You head to toe.
Some
type
nice
of deal going.
Nice long holds. Just kind of hold good. Some poses and just kind of stretch out for a few minutes. Just to take those few minutes for yourself before bed. It rules.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. Yeah. Like stretching out before you go to sleep so your muscles are stretched out and relaxed as you heal overnight.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah. I think I need to do that. These routines, I hear them. It's it's good for me. I don't know how long I can keep up with them. So you got to keep it in the
2
routine,
weeks.
or else
makes it a habit. That's what they say.
That's what they say. That's pretty good.
That's what they say. Thing number 2.
Number 2. Let's do it.
Thing number 2. The coffee this morning is great. I'm drinking some coffee. I actually, this is another very Texas thing. HEB. Which I'm sure
I know HEB.
You're familiar with. HEB, for those who don't know, is a large Texas-based kind of grocery store chain. I would compare it to a Kroger.
It's
probably.
Yeah. I would say it's a mix of Costco and a Kroger. It's a little bit bigger than a Kroger, but not warehouse big Costco.
Right. No, it isn't like a department store or anything like that, but it's a grocery store, but it just has some higher quality products there and stuff like that. And anyway, I decided last week to check out HEB makes a lot of their own products and they make their own coffee. And one thing that's cool, they have different blends for different major Texas cities. So there's an Austin blend, a San Antonio blend, and there is a Houston blend. So had to grab the Houston blend. I gotta say, it's really tasty. I like
It's
it a
good
lot.
stuff. Yeah,
It's
the
good.
Houston blend. Yeah, they do a lot of generic things as well. As you like go throughout every single brand of item you need, there will be an HEB brand.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. The last time I went to an HEB was in November last year.
Yeah.
And actually, when I was growing up in Dallas, there wasn't really an HEB anywhere. It was just other grocery stores. And then I just recently just visited and come back. And it's like, yeah, there's an HEB there and there and there. It's like 3 or 4 different locations now in Dallas. It's like really expanding out. So
Oh yeah, it's a
pretty
big
cool.
deal here in Texas. It's every time we go, it's like super busy. It is like a way of life here in Texas. My wife and I are recent converts to HEB. We're now an HEB family over here, and I gotta say, pretty good.
Pretty good. I think it's still only Texas. Like it's not anywhere
I think
else. So
Yeah, the people would be outraged if it went anywhere else. I think here in Texas, very prideful people, Texans.
yes. Like Bluebell ice cream. The Bluebell ice cream though has
Yeah.
expanded out to other states and going around.
HEB's ice cream, they
I
also
heard.
have really good ice cream.
I heard
Like
It is
pretty good. Yeah, so I got that going. Third
Third number
thing for you, Garret.
Yes,
My third and final thing. This is actually about you, Garret.
Oh,
I need to ask you about this.
what
Since
is it?
when?
Oh, yes.
Since when did you get so fast?
When did I get so fast? The funny thing is I've been posting these Strava stats, up on Blue Sky.
This is crazy.
Doing these miles. I just want to let you know, like, I would say for the past like 3 years or 4 years or whatever, I've been posting the treadmill stats.
Yeah.
No one seems to comment about that. It's like, oh yeah, you're just on a treadmill, you're just going for an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I put in Strava stats, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're going 837 per mile. I'm like, I've been doing this for years.
This blew my mind. I saw you post this on Blue Sky. 6.5 miles, pace of 8:37 a mile. And I'm like, dude, that's pretty fast, man.
Yeah.
Like you're fast.
Yeah. I got that constant fast speed going. I'm not so good with like the super fast and then slow, like what other people do with cross country. I need to work on that a little bit more. But like once I'm going and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be going around like around the neighborhood or whatever. I just plug in a podcast, man. I just listen to, the Nintendo Drive and I just go.
How
You
long
guys
have
are a
you
company.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad to hear that. How long have you been running like that?
Well, I mean, I've been on the treadmill ever since I got here in California. So probably since 2022, 2023.
Wow.
Yeah. But like, I don't have a treadmill. I don't have a gym at the apartment complex. So, or in this house. So, I run around now, and that's why I was like, oh, let me pick up on Strava and let's just go around. I do have some friends that now we're doing some group runs once a week. So
Okay.
it's good stuff. There's
It's so funny, man.
There's a marathon going on this weekend in Oakland, but I didn't sign up for. I need to sign up for other.
Have you ever done a
marathons.
marathon?
No, full marathon would be crazy. I could probably do a half marathon
For sure.
That would be good. But yeah, full marathon's like what
26-ish
26
miles.
That's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. So, anyways,
Yeah, dude. Well, I was just like, man, like, because I'd seen you put up like numbers for like 5Ks and stuff like this before, and so I knew that you ran. But like for some reason, when I saw that post on Blue Sky, I was like, dude, I don't think anybody realizes that like Garrett's fast. Like you can run, dude.
I can almost catch up to Amanda, and then I just see her stats is like 807.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Crazy.
What's crazy about her is like and this is really what differentiates like somebody who runs casually and like an athlete like Amanda is. Like she can keep that pace for the full 26 miles.
That's
like,
crazy.
Running a marathon. Her splits on her last marathon that she ran, it was like under 8 minutes every mile, every split.
That's crazy. I couldn't even imagine
insane.
that. That's I would be dying.
Yeah,
if I was
insane.
doing that. So
I had to bring that up. I was like,
yeah.
Dude, I don't think people realize that like Garret low key can run.
Low key, it's like you're right. When Sean shared me that short of like the Australian,
it's so funny, dude.
It's the most hilarious. I was like in the office as he was sharing that to my post, and I was just cackling, and all my coworkers like, "What are you doing?"
It's so funny. That's how it feels. Funny. It's like, wait, where's this? Like, where's this been all this time?
A 20K.
A 20K. 4 minutes 10.
4 minutes. I love the accents too. It really just gets it out, you know.
Yeah, dude.
All right, that's some good things, Seth. Thank you for entertaining us with those things. But let's get on with the show. So we're gonna be going on a little side quest here, Ryan. Or not Ryan, Seth. As we do.
I'll be Ryan.
Going on a little side quest. We're fulfilling those side quests there, and we're gonna be talking about the Crimson Desert reviews. It recently came out last week, and people been playing, of course, mainly on PC, but it's out on Xbox and PlayStation. For people who don't know about this game, Crimson Desert is the new open action role-playing game made by Pearl Abyss, which is the same studio that makes this Black Desert Online game, which is this MMO RPG. I think they're based in South Korea. And the MMO, like, I'm not really well familiar with it, but I know some people play it. I've tried, I think, once, like years ago, and I thought the control scheme was just super weird in consoles, so I just decided to not play it. But this Crimson Desert comes around. We got these reviews, Seth, and it looks like it's all over the place. But at the same time, if you look at the aggregate scores on like OpenCritic and Metacritic, they're sitting at a 78, 79, which is pretty good.
I would so. Say.
Yeah. People seem to like it. It's a weird thing. Reviewers are like, we seem to like this game because it's an open sandbox game. It has so many different things going on, so many different mechanics. One of the positive things about this game is actually the graphics, and it's like kind of a showcase for just the latest and greatest. But at the same time, a lot of negatives are like it's pretty generic. It's very sluggish to move the character around, and also it's just not the best feeling game at all. So I'm curious, Seth. I know I actually heard you previously, like you really haven't heard much about Crimson Desert. So I'm curious about your thoughts about this whole journey with this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been a weird one for me because I went from like I knew about it, like I remember the reveal of it and stuff like that. But I feel like I hadn't heard. I mean, in like, and this just goes to show how easy it is for us as gamers or whatever to get into our own little bubbles, you know, especially on social media. Like, nobody in my circle was excited for this game. You know, like I hadn't heard anybody really talking about it. And then I feel like just within the past like week or so, all of a sudden, it seems to be all anybody's talking about. And I was looking into it because I was like, wow, like these reviews are kind of all over the place and people seem really upset. And so I'm looking into it. I'm like, well, hang on a second. Like these reviews are mostly pretty good. And like, it sounds like the game's biggest sin is that it's generic and that, you know, people are not connecting with the character or the world or anything like that. And that like maybe there's, you know, maybe the UI is overwhelming. Maybe it doesn't feel great to play to some people or whatever. And you know, I've heard people compare it to like the way Red Dead Redemption 2 feels really like sluggish and stuff until you know, kind of get used to it.
Get into it, yeah.
Yeah, and like to me, I just think it's really interesting that there seems to be this like predilection within gaming culture and discourse and stuff. People kind of like pick and choose the game of the week to either build up or tear down. You know,
much, yeah.
like, and for something like Crimson Desert, it's like this totally harmless game that seems like it's not doing anything super egregious, comes out, and all of a sudden it's like a monster of the week, you know, online. And I was looking at gameplay of, I was just watching some Twitch streamers play it, and it just looked like a totally generic, like, you know, like it's not something I would be interested in playing, but what's wrong with that? Like, have you guys never played like, you know, like a generic like 7 out of 10 RPG before? Like, why are these things not allowed to exist? And I think of games like Darksiders. I think of games like Immortals Phoenix Rising. I think of, you know, these games that are like very clearly like wholesale lifting from other things, and can be accused of a lot of these same things that people were not dogpiling on nearly this much. And I find it fascinating. And by the way, Garret, like this is just part of the like the cyclical nature of video game discourse. This time next month, nobody will be talking about this game.
Yeah, no one.
And also, like, it didn't impact sales really at all. I saw that like in 48 hours or something, it sold over 2 million copies. So like, seems like it's going to be okay. And if the game does anything truly egregious, I was seeing Rebecca Valentine on over at IGN reporting that there's a whole bunch of like Gen AI art in the game, and it's like that's what actually sucks. You know, it always sucks to see stuff like that, but you know, nobody's talking about that. Everybody's so up in arms about this game that dares to be generic and uninteresting or whatever. And it's like, well, you know, this kind of stuff was happened all the time not that long ago.
Yeah,
look at the PS2. How many generic RPGs are on PS2?
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Thanks for your thoughts on that. I have a little bit different, just like initial like impressions of the game before the game even come out. I was following this game for the past couple years. Really, I've been looking at the gameplay. What really shined out to me is like like people compared it to like Dragon's Dogma. In terms of just the graphics and scale. And then as people started to show off more gameplay, it looked like, oh, this is going to be a big RPG. And then when people hear big RPG, they're going to think, oh, I'm going to be really into this game. I'm going to be obsessed with it. It's going to be like Red Dead Redemption 2. It's going to be like Witcher, where I'm going to like be head over heels of the game. And that's why I think there was such high expectations of this game before it even, you know, came out. And it actually been a very long time for this game to be in development. Like, I think they announced it in 2019. So actually 7 years. So if they announced it in 2019, give it another year after that, or before that or so. So maybe a little bit longer than average development. But it's such, when I'm actually impressed of the sheer scale of this game. And
it looks huge.
Yeah, it looks huge. There's, of course, many different... It's interesting that you see the Sky City stuff, and you do wonder, oh, is it coming from Tears of the Kingdom? It's like, it kind of does, but at the same time, this game has been in development for so long. Like, before Tears of the Kingdom was even showed up. Maybe they added it in later. I don't know. But clearly, this open world RPG, they've been looking at other video games and we're like, okay, we want to mix this in. We want to mix that in. I kind of get the whole generic, like not connecting with the characters. But at the same time, when I'm hearing, oh, this is made by Pearl Abyss, the people who made this MMO RPG that also, I hear the lore is not like super well built. I'm not surprised to see that not being the shining feature of this game. I'm curious about this game, but I of course it's not a day one for me. Maybe if it comes out on Game Pass or whatever, maybe I'll sub for a month and just check it out over there. If it's on a super deep discount, I may check it out there, especially when I have this brand new beautiful PC and there's a brand new beautiful game. It's like a match made in heaven. And like, I love open world RPGs. Like, there's definitely like a level of expectation going into this. Is like, I know this is not going to be the 10 out of 10 like most influential RPG game of all time. This is going to be the, oh, this is such a massive sandbox that's gonna be just a good, fun 7 out of 10 game that I'll enjoy. Yeah.
There's at a sort of micro level too, Garrett. I think that there's some like unspoken things about video game reviews in 2026, like in the modern age, that people don't really talk about. It is the things that kind of surround video game reviews and what it means to for something like Crimson Desert to get a dreaded 7 out of 10. What does that mean? It means that streamers who would normally be playing a game like this, like Soul streamers or whatever, are going to bounce off of it, because it means that their audience is kind of like predetermining or deciding that that's not what they want to see from them, because they heard this game was bad, or whatever. And so that, ends up hurting the game's like viability in the long term. And I think that also kind of colors a little bit of the game's like long-standing discourse. But it's like the kind of thing where people also with games like these almost create like micro economies or something around them. What I mean by that is the YouTubers who make like trophy guides and the top 5 tips you need in Crimson Desert and stuff like this. It also means that those people are less likely to do stuff like that. So it's almost like this targeted outrage about like the things that Crimson Desert is not providing for people. Right. This almost like targeted outrage of like, this game is not allowed to just be generic because it's a big AAA RPG. We need to be able to talk about it. We need to be able to stream it. We need to have interest and discourse. And you're telling me that this game is generic and it's not going to allow for that? Like, we better bury this thing.
Yeah, we better trash on it now.
Yeah,
so
and I find
it
really, really interesting. I find it like, I don't know, like, and to me, it, completely removes like any actual interesting things to say about the game. Like, I feel like I'm not hearing anybody talking about what it's like to actually play the game, except for, I saw a few people online. I think it was Jace was posting on Blue Sky, like, just kind of saying like, yeah, man, like it's generic, but like, yeah, a bunch of generic RPGs out there. Like, who cares? Just don't play it and move on if that's your, if that's your takeaway.
Yeah, it looks kind of fun to me, at least.
Yeah.
Geez, man, I'm just letting you know the I'm looking at the Pearl Abyss stock going down, which is just it's so surprising to me. This is just the Korean market, so it's a little bit different. But it's been down 5 days, is 40% down. And I'm just curious why that is. Because they, as you said, they're doing okay on sales, I would say. Yeah. Maybe it's a short-term kind of sale and maybe not the biggest long tail. But yeah, it's just so interesting. I don't know if there's any connection actually with stock and investors and the discussion around this game. That would be interesting. If
I don't know how much they pay attention to that.
Yeah. I think of more of sales and then like maybe a little bit of the reception of the game, but maybe people. Honestly, I think it could be just a culture of, oh, this game's released, let's sell. Like the investor must be like, let's sell stock now. I don't know. But anyways, this game is out. People are playing it. There's so many people playing. There's like 240,000 all-time peak in Steam. So it's not a small game at all. So it is a hit for sure. So I'm curious what they're going to do in the future. Hopefully they'll have some patches to rough out performance and everything. I don't expect DLC. I don't think they even announced DLC for this game. I just wanted to see, just support later on, and hopefully we get a good. I just want to get a good discount or deal. Half off would be great on Steam. I'll probably go.
You might not have to wait too long for something like that. That's kind of like the way of these things, right? Like Yarden said in the chat, this is the game all the media agreed to talk about in their meeting this week. That is how it feels sometimes. Well, yeah, like I, you know what it was for me? I've talked about this a bunch of times. Star Wars Outlaws was the game that really kind of like opened my eyes to this sort of thing and made me get extremely disillusioned with video game review culture and discourse culture. Star Wars Outlaws, a totally harmless, good game that I enjoyed. I quite liked Star Wars Outlaws. People raked that game through the coals.
Yeah.
And like acted like it was this like egregious like sin, you know, to gaming or whatever, giving it like a 4 out of 10 and stuff like that. I'm like, we live on a different planet, man. Like we live on a different planet if you think Star Wars Outlaws is a 4 out of 10. And I don't care what other people think of the games that I enjoy, but when you start to see it actually impacting the way the game is perceived from that point on, if you now like talk about Star Wars Outlaws to somebody who hasn't played it, their immediate gut reaction was, well, I heard that game sucked, you know, and it's like, okay. And then that's what's going to happen with this.
What do I do with that information?
Right.
Basically. I do want to talk a little bit about just the action gameplay of this game. Game, it basically, you have a skill tree. There's like 3 different kind of like branches you can go through. So it's very typical action RPG like that. When I was looking at the combat, it reminds me actually more of a action beat 'em up, because the way it like goes out and then like you slash enemies, you basically, for the most part, I'm seeing is shield and sword. And I think that could be just like a beginning configuration thing. I'm sure there's many different weapons, but this is what I see is shield and sword. Actually reminds me a lot of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The look of the character reminds me a lot of Valhalla. But when you go and like hit enemies, it does this pause and then it like makes an impact, which is pretty
hit stop.
Yeah, that hit stop type, and it looks, when I was seeing it, I was like, that looks a little too long for my taste. It like hits and then it goes, hits and it goes. It's like, I'm not too sure I'm into that, but yeah, that's just how the gameplay is. I heard like the normal battles against enemies, like it's more of like a Dynasty Warriors type of feel where many enemies are coming after you and it's pretty easy to just knock them back out with different slashes and hits and so on. But the mini bosses and the bosses here in this game, I hear, is quite a challenge. Like you go into these bosses, it like cuts you off in a certain area, and then it's more like an action-based role-playing game that's really in depth. More, I wouldn't say like Dark Souls, but getting to more difficulty like Dark Souls, where like bosses actually have defense and weak points, and then they have like major attacks against you. So it looks cool. It does look cool to me, but you know, it is generic. So
I was looking for some gameplay off to the side here, just to kind of like show people kind of what.
Look at the sheer scale of this game.
It looks huge.
It's insane. I saw someone like going. So like Breath of the Wild, you can like climb up like these towers and mountains or whatever. Like, it doesn't look like you're supposed to, but you do them anyway, and then you can just see the whole world. And it's just so massive, this game. So yeah, you can definitely spend like 100 hours trying to go through all these different activities. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. He's turned
Ice and Fire here is repairing a kiln, you know, at a Kilnden workshop.
That looks the most futuristic, like engine superfied Kilden workshop I've ever seen. Wow. Okay.
So I mean, look, but like that's the thing is like, if the game's biggest sin is just that like it's generic and uninteresting, then just don't play it and just move on and like let the people who enjoy it. Who cares? You know? And yeah, it's very funny. Like the way that the gamers consume video games now. But again, Garrett, none of this is going to matter. This time in like 2 weeks from now, nobody's going to be talking about this anymore. And it doesn't matter,
we're going to be shitting on something else probably.
Exactly.
What's going on in a month?
What's the next one? All right, bring on the next one. Let's go.
Exactly. So there you go, guys. Crimson Desert. It is out now on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And if you have the game and you're playing it, let us know your thoughts about the game, because we're not playing it. It's just not a day one purchase for me. But I would be curious, like down the road, hey, it's $30 on Steam. It's like,
I think Ryan was interested, but Ryan, with everything going on, I don't think Ryan's picked it up either.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Seth, let's get into reading from the sacred texts. Yes. And we're going to be going through, actually, I was surprised we didn't do this before in the RPG Cave history. We want to go through your journey, Seth, through the RPGs. I have gone through my journey, and Ryan has, and we kind of like talk about just seminal moments of like, what is an RPG? When did you get familiar with that subject or that term? But also like, for the beginnings of like which RPGs was really important to you as it shaped throughout. And I'm sure you play many of them currently. So Seth, I'm just curious, how did you come to terms with RPGs, and what are your first memories of playing this genre of video games?
Garrett, let me take you back to an establishment known as Blockbuster. Blockbuster Video.
A relic.
A relic. The ancient ruins of Blockbuster Video.
Oh, man.
Where, my friends and I, my friend Justin, my friend Cody, we would all go to Blockbuster every week, and we would get new video games. And this is going back as early as like Super Nintendo. And I remember my first encounter with even the word RPG, and I'm sure that I'd played games that were RPGs or considered RPGs before this, but the first time I ever like learned what RPG meant was Super Mario RPG.
Okay.
Which we rented from Blockbuster, and like seeing like just the fact that game's like name was Super Mario RPG, it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah, so exactly.
That was kind of the first game that really, I guess, like clued me into this being its own genre and whatnot. Like that's the game that kind of like opened the doors a little bit. But it wasn't until playing stuff like Final Fantasy VI and the first Paper Mario on N64, like those were the games that really. Like those are some of the games that I associate with being more serious about video games in general.
Yeah.
Like something like Final Fantasy VI, that game has got just such a great, like winding and weaving story with the measure of like a great novel or something. And really impacted me when I was younger playing that. And it kind of like opened me up to like what was possible with the medium of video games. It wasn't just, my first gaming experiences were things like Zelda and Mario and all that old Nintendo stuff. And playing something like Final Fantasy VI, like it was like, oh wow, like, yeah, man, you can have like worlds and deep stories. And like, I had moments playing Final Fantasy VI where I was like, I am definitely too young to be playing this. It's like, this is definitely too adult for me.
Right.
So I just, those are kind of the early experiences that kind of like set me on the path. And then when it came to something like Paper Mario on N64, the fact that was Mario kind of like, and like this big expansion of like Mario's world, it sort of like, I don't know, like bridged the gap between me being a kid who loves Mario games and me being like a young preteen or something that is now discovering this love of RPGs. And then you get into like the later Final Fantasies after that, like Final Fantasy VII was a big touchstone for me.
Yeah.
Stuff like Wild Arms.
Oh wow. Okay.
Good
touch.
All those like PS1 was a huge.
PS1 was big, man.
Yeah, a big moment for like going from Super Nintendo, which I had, to PS1, which I didn't have. My friend Justin had the PS1, but I would go over to his house and play stuff like Wild Arms, play stuff like Legend of Dragoon and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, like we had a lot of like really cool, interesting RPGs back then. And it was neat to like kind of get to experience those games that way. And he was a little bit older than me too. So I almost had like a little bit of like an older brother kind of moment, like walking me through these games. Yeah, those were the kind of early ones that started me off on my path. But then as I got a little bit older and I got into my kind of like teenage years, and I know it's well documented how you and Ryan feel about this game.
Oh no.
But Final Fantasy X,
oh no.
which is an all-time favorite of mine, Garret. I love that game. I love that game, and it really it was a powerful experience to me playing that game as a teenager.
Yeah. When did that come out, by the way? Like that
must have been 2000, 2001, something like that.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think I was like 13 when that came out, something like that, somewhere in there. And it was just the right time. Like it was the right time in my life to experience
2001, July 19, 2001. I still have to stream that one.
Yes.
Live. That was my promise. I have
Let's go.
I have it on Steam. It's ready to go. I will do it this year. I promise. And Seth, you can join me. You can help me out with Blitzball or whatever.
I love Blitzball. Like, it's so funny. No. I hear people like people like list out these things they don't like about the game. I'm like, I love that. I love Blitzball. The scene of Titus laughing that everybody makes fun of.
That's funny.
It's a dramatic scene. It's a heartbreaking scene, actually, in the context of the game, but nobody knows that because nobody's actually played it. They're just regurgitating the stuff they've read online about it.
I actually remember hitting that moment when I was playing through it much like years ago, and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a heartbreaking moment." And then I see the laugh, and I'm like, "Is he supposed to do that?" Like,
yeah, he's what they're like. He and Yuna are kind of like forcing themselves to laugh in the face of like the trauma of their lives.
That's true.
You know, it's almost like that, like kind of like scene of like yelling in the woods or something. Like that's what they're doing in that moment, and. Anyway, Final Fantasy X was a big deal for me when that came out, and that kind of bled into another game that is often maligned by people, the first Kingdom Hearts.
Cool. No, that's super cool.
Kingdom Hearts 1 was a hugely impactful game for me, Garret. I don't know how many times I've mentioned this on the internet before. Kingdom Hearts 1, I maxed out the timer on Kingdom Hearts 1 multiple times.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Like, it caps out at 999 hours. I did that multiple times.
That's crazy.
I played that game. I wore that game out.
How many times is that? Like, because on average, it's like a 20, 30-hour game. It's not...
I couldn't tell you how many times I've played Kingdom Hearts 1
That's crazy.
Dude,
I need to play that too, to be honest with you, yeah.
Garret, last year I was diagnosed with OCD. I now realize in hindsight, looking at the amount of times I played Kingdom Hearts and the amount of times that I played Mass Effect, I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely have always had OCD. And so that definitely was a factor. Like I would just play and replay these games because I just loved those worlds. I just loved those characters. Like I think Kingdom Hearts was one of the first games that ever made me cry. Like like the end of Kingdom Hearts, like I was like, that game made me cry, man. It still gets me emotional thinking about it. And it's so stupid. Like Kingdom Hearts is stupid.
It is. It's a whimsical, Disney Square Enix mix adventure. It's something that probably shouldn't have existed in a sense of like these characters are mixed together, this kind of style or whatever, but it does. And it's just out of thin air. It was at the right moment at the right time. I don't think Disney would ever do this now. In terms of just like collaboration or whatever, because they're so protected of their IP. But man, they pulled something off with Kingdom Hearts 1. And, it's so impactful for you. It's actually impactful for many of my friends as well. I remember playing Kingdom Hearts 1 just like at a friend's place or something like that. Because I never had a PS2. But the other people who are like, oh my gosh, if they have a PS2, like Kingdom Hearts 1 was like the game that pops up into their head. is like kind of the most impactful game. So really, really cool.
Yeah. That was a huge deal for me. I was a huge fan of the original Xbox as well.
Yeah. All right.
Which a lot of people don't know about me. A lot of people kind of just say, oh, he's like the Nintendo guy. And that's true. Like,
that's true.
You know, it is definitely true. But I was a huge fan of the original Xbox. It is still cool. Probably like my third favorite console of all time. Like, I love the original Xbox.
It's a daring console, isn't it? It just kind of broke the scene. Has many exclusives, had that Xbox Live, like it had a lot going for it.
I was a huge fan. And that system introduced me to stuff like Knights of the Old Republic, awesome. Those BioWare games like Jade Empire, you know. What's funny though, is I really attribute the original Xbox and some of those games like as the stuff that kind of like opened my mind to what RPGs could be. And could be considered as. I'll never forget playing Morrowind for the first time.
Oh, man, you were there early with the Elder Scrolls. That's super cool that you were there for Morrowind.
Oh, I love Morrowind. Yeah. It's still my favorite Elder Scrolls game. Like, I love that game. I'll never forget playing that for the first time on original Xbox. One of my favorite games of all time is a game called Phantom Dust.
Yes, Phantom Dust.
I was going to say, if you don't know about Phantom Dust, you actually would probably like Phantom Dust because Phantom Dust is kind of like a third-person like arena battler as like a deck-building RPG.
I love it.
Like it's pretty great, and like nobody knows about it.
I think I have it on Xbox. Like I think it was part of like a free-to-own type of thing.
It still is. You can still get it for free. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Game is excellent. And it still holds up. Wow. It's a beautiful game. But it really kind of like that was one of those games that kind of like opened my eyes like, oh right, like RPGs don't just have to be turn-based, you know, JRPGs or something like that, which was by and large what I was playing before then. So it kind of has I love RPGs, you know, it's not a genre that I find myself playing a lot these days because they usually have a huge time commitment associated with them.
They do.
You know, a lot of times I don't have room for that, but I try to play still like a few RPGs a year, like just some standout RPGs that I really enjoy kind of like sinking my teeth into. There's nothing better than like getting cozy with an RPG and really kind of getting into that. So
super cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking me on to that journey. I did not realize you were there from almost the very beginning of what I'm hearing about RPGs, of course. Super Mario RPG and Final Fantasy VI seems like very seminal. I wish, I just didn't play those. I just never heard of them at the time. So and of course I was like in a younger age group. So I was playing like Super Mario World and Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that, and Star Fox. But yeah, super cool to hear. I still need to play Final Fantasy VI. I did play the Super Mario RPG like remake.
The remake,
yeah, which was good. I enjoyed it. I think it does show its date a little bit with the art style and kind of the motions and everything, but like if I played it back in the late 90s, I would probably be very impressed as well. And so I'm glad Ryan is taking me on a little backlog adventure every now and then. My next assignment is Mass Effect 2. I still need to go through that, as he already laughed at me on that.
I know, that was crazy. Ryan's like, I'm done with Mass Effect 2. It's like, my God.
Jeez, dude.
Ryan is how you are with running speed. Ryan is with game speed.
Exactly. He just goes through it, man. It's crazy. Seth, I'm just curious. Are you playing any role-playing games at the moment or recently that you want to shout out?
Is Pocopia an
RPG? I mean, it's almost there.
It's kind of close.
The studio that made Dragon Quest Builders. I mean, probably not an RPG. Still, you're progressing around, but any other.
Our RPG adjacent, as Jan32 says in the chat, I think that's probably true. I mean, some of the recent RPGs, I think one of the times I came on this show We talked about Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars was good.
Yeah, it was good. Like it was, it was solid. Enjoyed that. Late last year, I got back into Skyrim.
I love it. Yes, I remember you talking into me about that. I was like, perfect.
Dude, stuff. It was just the right time. Like they put out the Switch 2 version of Skyrim, and I just got lost in that world again. I hadn't played it in a while, and I just wound up I think I spent 80 or 90 hours.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
And I did all the DLC. I replayed Skyrim. And that was kind of wild.
I just need to set everything aside. It's I'm just going to play Skyrim for 100 hours.
Dude.
Again.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. And this year, the big standouts for me, I just recently played Escape from Ever After. Which I did an episode of the GUIs, which is another carpool gaming podcast. I did an episode of that with Crocokyle from the community on
Super cool.
Escape from Ever After. That game rules. That.
I hear it's good.
Dude, it is probably, and I'm a big lover of bug fables. I love bug fables.
That's true.
I think Escape from Ever After is probably better than bug fables at capturing that Paper Mario magic.
I see.
Any listeners out there that are Paper Mario fans, you must play Escape from Ever After. It's a must play. So yeah, that's a recent one that I got really into. I'm trying to think if there's any other kind of more modern RPGs that I've been playing. I think that's about it for kind of more recent stuff.
That's pretty cool. The Escape from Ever After, because that's actually, it was probably a couple episodes ago where me and Ryan first ever heard of that game, and I looked it up and was like, oh yeah, that definitely
it's great.
Symbolizes Paper Mario and Bug Fables and stuff like that. What's the argument that Bug Fables is better than Paper Mario Thousand Year Door? Is that the thing?
Well, this is kind of in our Discord. This is kind of a discussion that comes up several times. I love Paper Mario is one of my favorite gaming franchises. I'm a huge Paper Mario fan. Thousand Year Door, a game that I love, by the way. I think it's an excellent game. I just don't hold it on the same pedestal that a lot of people do. A lot of people they say Thousand Year Door is the best Paper Mario game. It is not my favorite Paper Mario game. And yeah, I think Bug Fables is better than Thousand Year Door in many, many ways.
Wow.
And I was hearing a lot of people deride something like Bug Fables because, it's not Thousand Year Door. And I'm well, at least give it a chance.
Just go through it. Play it around.
I was if I don't even want to hear the argument if you have not played Bug Fables. You're just, you have no, no hill to stand on with me.
Right.
But I think that these games understand better what those games did well and are able to kind of improve on some of the flaws of those games. Thousand Year Door, something like Escape from Ever After is very inspired by Thousand Year Door, but it does it modernizes it. It feels good.
That's really cool. Have you played Origami King?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of Origami King.
You're a huge fan. Oh, okay. Okay. That's really cool. I mean, I rented it at the library years ago and tried it. It just was not for me. So it's interesting that these other indie developers are really trying to take a stab at this type of style of RPG, like Thousand Year Door, like Bug Fables and Escape from Ever After. I think I'll get Escape from Ever After for a good disc.
It's good, dude. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Origami King is an interesting one because a lot of people get hung up on the game's combat system, which I agree it's weird. It's clunky. It's cumbersome. I'm with you on that. However, I think that the game actually has a lot of implementations to make the combat a lot more manageable as you go on. For example, later on, you don't have to keep refighting old mobs and stuff like that. You can just hire the toads to just clear out an encounter for you if you don't want to fight enemies or whatever. And the boss fights in the game are fantastic, I thought. A real cool strategy board game kind of feel to it. I think that game has one of the best Nintendo soundtracks of all time.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah,
it's a beautiful soundtrack. I'm a big defender of that game. I really enjoyed that game.
Super cool, super cool. I do want to mention one RPG series that I see it tattooed on your arm, and I see the little slime on the back, right. Dragon Quest. Are you a big Dragon Quest fan? I'm curious.
So my first experience with Dragon Quest was Dragon Quest 11. Well, okay. Dragon Quest 11 was my first mainline Dragon Quest game that I played.
Got it.
I played Rocket Slime, which is what this tattoo is actually based on. It's based on the cover of Rocket Slime.
Oh, that's super cool.
Which is one of my favorite DS games, one of my favorite games of all time. I played that, and I played Dragon Quest Swords on the Nintendo Wii.
Amazing.
Neither of them mainline Dragon Quest games.
Right.
But they got me into that kind of world. And Dragon Quest 11 was the one that I really latched on to. I love that game. It's one of my favorite RPGs of all time.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah.
The reason I got this tattoo, actually, I got this is my first tattoo I ever got. It's the only tattoo I have right now. Nice. I want to get more.
Okay.
But I got this after Akira Toriyama passed.
Oh, okay. So and that's actually pretty recent, I would say.
Couple years.
Yeah, a couple years. Okay, yeah.
And Toriyama, like, his passing impacted me way more than I thought it would. I was just so impacted by how much his vision and creativity really influenced and changed the world around. Like basically everything that I love is influenced by Toriyama in some way, you know? And so anyway, I wanted to get something to represent him, and I loved the slime. The Dragon Quest slime to me represents, like, it's my favorite video game enemy design ever because it's like the most simple concept imaginable. Like, just an amorphous slime. And this is the way that Toriyama saw that concept. Yeah. Just like this silly...
From Dragon Quest 1.
From the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like... And if you look at those old, like, Yuji Horii designs, like, Yuji Horii would he would like send concepts to Toriyama, and Toriyama would kind of hit him back with his redesigns of them. And if you look at Yuji Horii's original Dragon Quest slime design, it's nothing. Like, it just looks like a blob of nothing. And then Toriyama hit him back with this, you know, and it just, to me, like, it's a really beautiful way of looking at the world. Like, he just looked at the world with such color and whimsy, and I don't know. I just so really this tattoo is more for him than even Dragon Quest itself. But I do love Dragon Quest also.
Nice. It's cool to hear your journey with Dragon Quest, because I imagine it would have been, I played it since the beginning, but no, you actually played the spin-off games first, and then Dragon Quest 11, which is a huge game, by the way. So it's interesting that really latched on to you. My first encounter with Dragon Quest, I actually played Dragon Quest 9 on the DS back in like 2011. Which I thought was pretty good. Like, and I played Pokemon before, so definitely a different feel compared to Pokemon. I just never tend to finish these Dragon Quest games because they can be so long. But I do I have Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. I promised myself,
that's good.
I'm gonna go through a Dragon Quest game this year. That'll probably be it. And then if you love Pokopia, I mean, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a very solid one too. It's very, very solid.
That's what I hear. I'm going to need some time after. Sure. Dude, the amount of Pokopia I've played is insane, dude.
I hear people getting into it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm actually kind of glad I don't have the Switch 2 and Pokopia on hand, because I'd just be playing it left and right.
I've been obsessed with it. The game's been out for like just over 2 weeks. I have 110 plus hours in it already.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
Goodness. It just latches on to you like that, man. Like,
I just can't put it down. I play it every day. I can't put it down. But so I know that I would love Dragon Quest Builders and Builders 2. But I'm going to need a cooldown period. But like, give me a year or two. I do want to go to Builders.
Yeah, it's definitely a different structure as well compared to Pokopia. You do go to different areas.
There's like combat.
There is combat, and then the combat's pretty fun. It's just an action-based kind of combat. Actually, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, that view and that art style reminds me a lot of Builders 1 and 2.
Oh, cool.
It has that. It's just kind of that toy box kind of play set type of vibe going on. Yeah, I really enjoyed those games. So go check it out whenever you feel like it. But yeah, well, thank you so much, Seth, for taking us through your RPG history. Seems like you hit all the seminal moments in the console space.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
like the thing is like we could stop and talk about things
Every
like
single
my
RPG.
World of Warcraft, Pokemon.
That's true.
You know, these huge cornerstones of my life too. But those are like the cliff notes of the big, like life-changing ones. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's get into the questions here. Thank you for all the people out there sending your questions in to the Discord, to the RPG Cave. We're gonna party up. And we got our first up here, Savoy Prime. Is a big one, Seth. So he says, but Garret, Pearl said Crimson Desert isn't an RPG. It's an action-adventure game. Did they really say that?
Did they?
Did they really say that? Doesn't, I don't know.
Do they have like an official website or something like that?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I mean, it says on their, it says Crimson Desert is an open-world action-adventure. So I guess that's what they're saying.
They want to steer away from the word RPG. That's fine. That's fine. But Seth, a.k.a. the Y-Save, what is your top 5 GOAT RPGs? Off the hip.
Okay, yeah, off the hip. Okay. I'm going to answer this question not with like the objective top 5 best RPGs of all time.
Exactly. Your favorite.
My favorite, my top
favorite.
5 games that like RPGs that really kind of influenced me and my taste and stuff like this. I'm going to start by shouting out one, and these are in no particular order, by the way.
Sure.
I'm going to start by shouting out one that I think nobody talks about anymore, and that's Dark Messiah of Might and Magic.
What did you just say? I had no idea what you just said. Dark Messiah?
Okay. Let me see if I can find some gameplay for this. Dark Messiah of Might and Magic.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
It's a first-person kind of action RPG.
Yes.
That was made by a lot of the people who would go on to make
this is Arcane Studios. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep. It's this. Oh, okay.
The thing about Dark Messiah, actually, I'm gonna play this little like minute long.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
go
pull
for
this
it.
up here. It's a little minute long video that really sums up what I love about Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. This game has the most like fun and satisfying first person combat I think ever designed.
Interesting.
You have it's a cross between like RPG and like immersive sim. You can pick up stuff, you can kick things. You're about to see in this video the craziest
that's crazy
combat. You just kick this guard out the window. He's gonna
crazy.
Like use the physics of this barrel and knock over this like pillar. He's gonna throw that barrel in the air and it's gonna fall down and land
this is
on
totally
another
Dishonored. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Kick a dude into the fire. Like
that's amazing. That's amazing.
This is video games right here, dude. This is, and the final stab. Oh, it's so good.
This is like, that's gorgeous. Wow. I've never heard of this game. And it's made by Arcane Studios. And this is 2006. This was like 6 years before the original Dishonored. And
the first laptop I ever had, I had a laptop and I bought this game on it. And my laptop used to run so hot that like my palm would burn touching my laptop playing this. I love that game. Anyway, I had to shout that out because again, nobody talks
You can get it
that.
for $2.50 now on the Steam Spring Sale. I'm gonna get this easily.
It's such a silly,
I just need to get this.
Silly fun game. And it has like a fun magic system too. And anyway,
published by Ubisoft. Very interesting.
It was a Ubisoft game. Yeah. Yeah, Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. I'll shout that out. I have to shout out Paper Mario for the N64.
Cool.
I have to shout that out. I have to shout out Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X. Okay.
Gotta shout that out. I have to shout out Final Fantasy VI. Another all-timer. That's 4. Oh man, see that's the real pressure right there. 4. Is what's my final one gonna be?
Yeah.
I'll give my final one to Mass Effect. The first Mass Effect.
Okay.
That I don't know if I've talked about this on the show. I played the first Mass Effect through 20 times.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
On
That's quite a bit.
Xbox 360. I have all of the achievements for all 3 Mass Effect games on Xbox 360.
Nice.
I'm a huge Mass Effect fan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're going to have to join the conversation with me and Ryan maybe after I'm done with my Mass Effect 2
I'd love to.
series here, because it's yeah, we went through Mass Effect 1. I did enjoy it. Again, it is the first time I played it last year. And so I'm sure it's very different hearing my perspective and then you and Ryan's perspective on because man, I don't know how I missed that one, because I was a 360 person as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I hear this Mass Effect game is pretty cool, and I just never got it. Never got it. And I was like, what? Like, what am I doing?
I know. Yeah. That's the thing too, is like a question like this for top 5 is so hard, because like I could mention, like, I'm a big Chrono Trigger fan. You know, we already talked about Kingdom Hearts and World of Warcraft. Like, you know, there are a million.
There's so many RPGs out there.
Top of my head, I think those are my top 5.
Well, Dark Messiah of Might and Magic being in the top 5, I'm gonna have to really pay attention to that game.
Hell yeah, dude.
And check it out. So super cool. All right, so here's the next question for us from Cloyce. And what is in the front log? It does, you know, it's not RPG specific here. What games are you playing? Let's push Pocopia to the side here. What is in the front log of Seth over here?
That's tough. What is on the tip of the front log?
Yeah, tip of the front log here. Yeah.
Right now. Pocopia is the main thing, but I'm also currently playing, I'm replaying, I should say, Final Fantasy VII Remake on Switch 2.
Super cool.
Which I love. I love that game. And that's been really fun to go back and revisit on Switch 2. The Switch 2 port is immaculate of that game.
That's what I hear.
They've done an amazing job. And I can't wait to play Rebirth when that comes out.
Imminent.
Yeah, it's coming out in June. Like, it's in 2 months and change.
It's so weird how much they just changed pace with the Final Fantasy VII Remake releases. Just like they were so tied to PlayStation, and then I think they just, you know, got out of the deal or whatever, or they kind of more or less realized we want to be multi-platform as much as we can.
Yeah.
And now you see it. It's really cool to see it on a Nintendo device, and especially with Switch 2 performing as well as it is.
It's great.
Super cool. Super cool.
Really good. So I'm playing that. I also have a bunch of like little weird people listen to the Nintendo Drive. They know I'm big on like indie games and stuff. I play a lot of weird little indie games. There's this game called Rubato that I'm currently playing.
Rubato. Nice.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little stuff like that, but Pocopia is definitely the main one.
Cool. All right, so what is in my front log? I'm actually going through your favorite open world game of all time, Ghost of Tsushima.
My favorite.
Yeah, the one that you played.
That I definitely played.
That you definitely played multiple times. Yes, yes, of course.
I love that.
Yeah, this was a weird one for me, because I got Ghost of Tsushima a long time ago, actually, like probably 2020. So I mean, like, it was like a year after it came out. And I enjoyed playing parts of it. Then I got a PlayStation 5 and got the upgrade, played a little bit more, and then I just stopped. Like, you know, it's one of those, like, you go into it and then, another game kind of like distracts you, pulls you away or whatever. Now there's and then it's been like a couple years since I actually even gone back to it. And, you know, I just told myself, I'm going to restart it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I kind of forgot what the whole point of this is. And I'm kind of familiar with the combat system now, and like I can probably get through it a little bit easier in the beginning. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going through like kind of the beginning part of Tsushima. I do remember all the different tools and mechanics. It's a little bit easier for me this time around. But I'm glad I did a refresh, a primer, because if I would have gone back into my middle of my playthrough, I'd probably be struggling a little bit. Also, I just want a clean playthrough, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, you just like go from the beginning. And that's actually, so you given me Yakuza Like a Dragon, with the the Santa Exchange last year. I did play it on Xbox. I people know this in the audience a while ago. That was one of my Series X launch titles, actually. Believe it or not, that was the big thing Xbox wanted to grab before PlayStation.
Yeah.
I played like most of it, and then I got to a point of the game where I think I was just stuck, where my levels were too low, and then I was at a boss fight or whatever, and I think I just kind of given up at that point. And that was like probably a year in to the game, and then so now that you're giving me this on Steam, it's like, okay, I gotta just.
I'm sure
restart.
It's great for Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, no, I bet it's perfect on Steam Deck.
Yeah,
Steam Deck is one of those revolutionary devices where I'm playing all these older games that just runs just perfect, just fine. Yeah. And you don't ever see that in other translation of other ecosystems. Like you see it with Nintendo because you got it with the Switch, but like. All these older games that come out like years ago, it's like, yeah, it just works on Steam Deck.
Right.
So,
I hope they port that and Infinite Wealth to Switch 2 soon.
I'm sure they will
buy them again. Yeah, I'm sure they will too. Garrett, it strikes me in this moment that next time Ryan is out for whatever reason, you need somebody to sub in for Ryan, and I come back. Yeah, we need to do a Cobalt Core episode.
Oh, we'll do a Cobalt Core episode for sure.
Pin that. Yeah. I love that game.
Yeah, no, it is a great video game. I played it for a good while, a month back. But man, I have Mugenics as well. I also have what was that recent? Oh man, Ball Pit. That's it. Yeah. The Brick Breaker game. I was really into that on Steam Deck as well. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is the big thing. And also on my commutes, I've been trying to wrap up my Mario and Luigi Brothership playthrough. Okay. I've been playing this for like a little over a year now. It's one of those games you can get back and just kind of get into it. It's not like super complicated or whatever, but I'll probably wrap up my thoughts here maybe next week or in a couple weeks about Brothership. But all in all, I think it's a very solid Mario and Luigi RPG.
I want to finish that. I own it. Mm-hmm. I played a little bit of it and fell off, and I just haven't gone back. But
yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm actually surprised how long it is compared to the other Mario and Luigi games. It for sure loves to take its time going through it. So yeah, those are the big two games I'm playing. Of course, Mass Effect 2 is right afterwards. It's on the front log. I have to play that on Xbox because I played Mass Effect 1 on Xbox as well. So I'll go through that. But yeah, that's what I got going right now.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. Third question for us, Seth, here from Jay Headfield. He asks, what's your opinion about RPG soundtracks done with symphonic orchestra or real instruments versus synthesized music? For example, I think the orchestra and choir add a lot to the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 soundtrack and greatly contributes to the emotional scenes. For me, it wouldn't have been the same at all if that music were synthesized. Yeah, it's an interesting, artist choice. It's definitely music direction, of course, and this type of choice is kind of from the very beginning. It's not something you can make halfway through like you could do with maybe with a level design edition or art choice or whatever. This is music. Music sets the tone. As Jay Hadfield mentioned, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has a wonderful orchestra soundtrack with it, and it hits the very emotional scenes. And every other RPG that you could think of, you think of the very beginning of development. What kind of atmosphere or kind of sounds and music do you want in your game? And you make that choice. And I think there's great examples for both orchestra and synthesized. I think it's kind of a mix and match. It's like, I don't think orchestra music is great for every single RPG out there, right? Because, they come in all different shapes and sizes. I really enjoyed Transistor's soundtrack.
Yes.
And that's definitely more of a synthesized no, I wouldn't say synthesized, but it's definitely not orchestra, right? It has that like modern like electrical music going on, and it has different sounds and unique taste or whatever. They brought in a musician to really flesh out that album. And, the Supergiant games, they always do an incredible job with their music. But I'm curious about your opinion on this, Seth, about synthesized versus orchestra versus other genres of music in the RPG space.
Well, I agree with you that it completely depends on the game.
Yeah.
And Jay Hetfield's also picked a great episode to ask this question because I'm a huge video game music fan.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. I have a video game music podcast.
Oh, so cool.
Bit Harmony, a video game music podcast. We
shout
actually
out.
have an episode going live tomorrow on Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, so just
Nice.
shameless plug for that. If you like video game music, check out Bit Harmony.
Nice.
But the this kind of like orchestral versus synthesized when you're talking about like instrumentation, because you can have synthesized music that kind of approximates orchestral instrumentation, like Escape from Ever After has a fantastic soundtrack that is utilizing a lot of like instrumentation that could be orchestral, but it is ultimately a digital synthesized arrangement, but it's still amazing and it completely fits for that game. But Xenoblade 3 kind of is like a perfect example of a game in which live orchestral instrumentation really even like marries with the game's themes. Like the what's it called? Is it called like offsending or something like that when she plays the flute in Xenoblade 3 and you find the bodies of the fallen soldiers and you kind of send them off.
You'll send them off like the spirits into the air or whatever.
Yeah, and Yasunori Mitsuda and his teammate Ace, like they actually made like real wood flutes to associate with the soundtrack of these games, and yeah, like it would not have been the same if it was not real live orchestral instrumentation. Absolutely. But yeah, to your point, they definitely would not hit the same. And not every RPG needs that sort of instrumentation. In fact, some RPGs are kind of hurt by their soundtracks and instrumentation. I think of I Am Setsuna, which that game is like the most 7 out of 10. Totally fine. Like I enjoyed it for what it was, but the soundtrack is entirely piano, and
I remember
like it's entirely piano. And it to me became really repetitive over time, and it actually kind of really detracted from the experience for me. But yeah, I mean, I think that it can, in the right circumstance, the right story, like that is that's the difference maker of like when a soundtrack can really elevate the game, and in a situation like Xenoblade 3, tie into the themes and become an important part of the story in its own right. But sure. It's also interesting too, because you go and play something like Final Fantasy VI, for example, and that game was came out in 94, 93, whenever that game came out, and there's like the famous opera house scene in that game, and even though it was on the Super Nintendo sound chip, like it still hits you like a ton of bricks, back then, and even like hearing people and like kind of like the new versions of that are more orchestrated and sound like closer to what Uematsu probably heard in his head when he was composing it. Like it kind of does lose something. Like there's something to be said about working within limitation.
That's
and
true.
the little tricks that people have to employ for their music. So yeah, video game music is fascinating.
Yeah, especially those early days when all they had was the sound chips and like just hearing those older ones. I just recently played Shining Force 2. Yeah. And like hearing that type of music, it's like, man, they were just very creative with the sound bits and everything. And that's why it's kind of its own genre now as well. You know, artists kind of get into, oh, how do I kind of max out these sound chips that were just kind of only existing back then for video games. I think it just opens up a new direction, like music direction in general. So yeah, Jay Hetfield, I would say, you know, there's definitely fitting for both synthesized and orchestra music here. I think that's a good wrap up to those questions. Seth, thank you very much for being here with me on the RPG Cave. Are there any closing thoughts as you wrap up this episode with me? Crimson Desert, your history. You want to talk more about Crimson Desert?
Well, no, we don't need to talk more about Crimson Desert, but I appreciate you having me. It's always a blast to hang out with you here on the show. Mm-hmm. It's been fun. I'm happy to come back anytime.
Good. And thank you so much for hopping in with me, subbing in for Ryan. I very much appreciate it as we go through the RPG Cave. So he'll be back next week. I don't know what we'll be talking about. Definitely not Mass Effect 2. He could probably do a quick thoughts on Mass Effect 2.
I'm sure, quick thoughts, but
for his 14th time. By then. Yeah. All right. So thank you guys very much. I'm going to go through the Patreon support here. Thank you so much for our Patreon supporters. You can support us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Just like our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music. You can find his music over at linktr.ee/pme.jib. Very cool music. I hear it all the time, you know, with the intro and outro of Sean's streams. I'm like,
yes,
that's some good beats. So go check out Jonathan Brown's music. And then Jonas Young, he's the Soft J, right? Okay, good.
Yep.
I'm just making sure.
The originator of the Soft J.
The originator, yes. And then Tony Baker. Our platinum producers, Non-Smokin' Joe, the Captain, Brian Reese, and our gold members, Adam K, Awesome Dave 1337, Benny, Brad Moore, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, John 32, Laura Ligerwoods 330, Mr. Giggles, Patrice Mallette, PJEP, Stephen Keller, and TechMike. Thank you guys so much for your support over at Patreon. And for those who wants to support us, you can pick the tier that's right for you. That's what Ryan does. He kind of does
tier,
points
Pretty
over.
Cute.
All right, and plugs. Seth, go ahead.
Sure. You can listen to me on the Nintendo Drive here on the Carpool Gaming Cinematic Universe of podcasts. I'm one of the hosts over there. If you like Nintendo, or even if you don't like Nintendo, just come hang out with us. We chat about all things Nintendo over there. A bunch of Patreon stuff that I do for Carpool Gaming as well. You can find me on Blue Sky at $2 Hero. I'm also at $2 Hero on YouTube, where I play a lot of indie games and stuff. And then Bit Harmony, a video game music podcast, is my video game music podcast. Check it out.
Super cool. Thank you, Seth. Well, you can also follow me on Blue Sky at Blaine Explosion. You can also find me on the Discord. I read and acknowledge every single message in the RPG Cave. And I cried to Ribble in the PC gaming channel whenever my PC breaks. So go check that out. And then you can also find me on Backlogged over at Bland Explosion. I still need to put my Shining Force 2 review up. See, Ryan has been doing a very good job, very diligent on his reviews over there, both Backlogged and what was it? What's the Letterboxd? Yeah, that's it. That's the movie one. So every time he's done with the entertainment media piece, he's just going there, making a 500-word piece and putting those stars on. So go check out Ryan Turford over there. And that's it for the RPG Cave, Seth. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course.
We'll talk to you guys later. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.